Yeah, David, his name is Joseph Johnson. Nyssa's police chief says Johnson was one of the finest, most dedicated and humble servants. The chief says Johnson had honor and integrity, and his murder has sent shockwaves through the community. There was a tremendous amount of fear as well, but that vanished this morning when authorities captured the suspected killer.
The hours-long manhunt for this individual is over. Early Monday morning, law enforcement arrested Rene Castro at a home in the city of Ontario in eastern Oregon. The 36-year-old is suspected of gunning down a reserve officer with the Nyssa Police Department.
It's felt all over the county because, as I mentioned, he lived in Ontario, family up there, worked at one of our biggest employers in the county at the prison, so many associates there and friends.
Malheur County District Attorney David Goldthorpe is referring to Reserve Officer Joseph Johnson. On Saturday night, the 43-year-old responded to reports of a violent man damaging property and threatening people. That man, later identified as Castro, took off when Officer Johnson arrived. We're told the officer gave chase until Castro pulled over.
Immediately, based on witness statements, the suspect, Rene Castro, just began shooting. There was no time for Officer Johnson to respond, and so he was shot. And by the time anybody got there, which was very quickly, he was already deceased.
As authorities secured the scene and started the investigation into the shooting death of Officer Johnson, others began scouring the area for any sign of Castro, who has a criminal history that dates back years.
He's somebody that was known to the community as having some run-ins with the police once in a while, and so they knew who he was.
And that intel explains the number of law enforcement officers involved in the apprehension of Castro Monday morning. It brought to an end the search for a guy accused of killing Reserve Officer Joseph Johnson, who the community gathered to remember as the public servant he was.
He'll be missed.
All right, Reserve Officer Joseph Johnson reportedly leaves behind a wife and children. They will certainly need some assistance in the years ahead. We can tell you the Oregon Fallen Badge Foundation is raising money for the family, and we'll put a link to that fundraiser on our website, kgw.com. David.